Welcome back, my assets viewers. Hope you all could have enjoyed the Diwali and my belated wishes to every one of you. So, this time, what we are going to see, if the Indian economy increases, do my earnings and market also will increase? This is what we are going to see. You and me know that the market is slave of earnings. So, if the earnings increases, what will happen? My returns on equity also should go up. There are some certain strange incidents will happen. So that strange incidents will throw more ideas for people like us to do some creative out of that. So what we thought that we know that the Apple is started to manufacture. We saw a lot of videos. People are posing with the shop opened in Mumbai and other places. So we thought when the Apple is started to manufacture in India, that means India has started to consume more high-end phones. That reflects. So what happens when you try to compare the similar situation with another country? Well, that throws you a lot of idea and how the economy is growing in a different part of the world. You and me know that India is the top 5 economy in the world. So I had to compare, I should compare between the top 5 to understand how they have grown over the period of time. India is having such a huge population. Another country with such a huge population has grown is only China. So I thought better we'll compare China and India to get a clarity what happened when Apple opened their first store, manufacturing store or something like in China in 2008. They are opening in India in 2023. That shows clearly 15 years we are lagged. The 15 years time when the Apple started this launch in China, from their economy has grown 4 times. So the size has grown 4 times. Please don't mistake me because the Apple has grown, opened a shop that helped to grow the economy. It's not that separate. Just to understand certain economic parameter, we thought we'll try to take this comparison and read. So let's see that between 2007 and 8, what was that state of economy of China? And we'll see that what it is there in 2023 in India. So that might give a clear idea for us how these two economies are there in a different point in time. In 2008, the per capita income in China was $2,691. Currently, per capita income in India in 2023 is 2,745. Okay. So what has happened? In 2008, China global exports to global has increased substantially. India is also increasing the share. The engineering medical services also it is growing up in India. The demographic dividends was paid really high for China to grow such a level. You know that the average age, median age in India is currently as 28.4. This is why a lot of people are coming because this is the age of the band which is going to consume more products. So the people of the world across people are looking for such a people. So definitely they have to flock back to India. In between 2007 and 8, if you look at it, China has grown predominantly due to high credit growth. They had substantially high credit growth. Now if you look at it in India, the credit growth is at 15%. It is growing substantially. In 2008, the cost of labor was very low in China. Currently, our labor cost is far lower than China. So now you understand why a lot of people are talking about China plus one, Israel plus one, all that because our cost of labor is very low. Though we know that certain segment of sector, the cost is slightly higher in India, but by and large, the earnings of Indian workers are very low. Okay. So then we'll see that India has to grow. What should happen? The earning population should also increase. That is going to help to use the consumption. If we divide India into 3 parts, one is a rich India, another is a aspiring India, another is a growing India. We have 3 different Indias. Inside India, there is a 3 different India. One is a rich India that accounts for 12 crore of the people. 12 crore of the population, they have a per capita income of $12,000. That means close to around 8 times of the people of the bottom. Somebody in the bottom are earning $1,500 per annum. So then when people are rich, they are earning $12,000. In the mid, there is a $3,000 per capita income. Okay. This segment, $3,000 per capita income is close to around 10 crore people. 12 crore people are rich India, aspiring India is at 10 crore. On the bottom, 120 crore people earn just $1,500. So what can drive? The rich people already, they are using premium utilization. They have a discretionary consumptions on all the luxury products and their investments also is great. And the aspiring India is trying to buy a house, they buy auto, they invest in other investment avenues, they get into a banking system. So another segment is the low drive, and because the lower bottom of the India, they are growing substantially. So their basic consumptions are getting increased. Let's see what is the basic consumption, how it is trying to increase the economy as a whole. That we'll see that low cost of manufacturing. Because of this bottom, you cannot sell a premium product to them. So your manufacturing cost very competitive for this segment to go and consume it. Let me see, try to compare that. Now currently we have the per capita income is close to around 1,500. People are expecting the average per capita income to go to $5,500 by 2030. That means in less than 6 to 7 years time, people are expecting it has to grow to 2.5 times it is trying to grow. When that grows, what will happen? The consumption will increase by 25%. How it is translated into that high income band, which is currently 14 million, that is likely to go to 35 million in another 6-7 years of time. The middle class and upper middle class is they are the one strong earnings people who try to push the luxury product and economy on the whole. Now they account for 33%. They are likely to go 46% by 2030. And the low and middle class people are currently 50%. They will get reduced to 38% because they are upgrading into upper middle class. So this is going to have a lot of effort on the consumption industry. The moment there is a consumption industry is growing substantially, you and me know that the economy will see, because the consumption industry is going to play major role on all this. So you know that currently there are 32 crore households are India currently. In 2008, if you look at it, is 37% of the population were nucleus family. That means they moved out of the joint family. By 2022, it was around 50% of the people are away from joint families. What will happen when they move out of the joint families? We know that their consumptions are basic facilities like TV, fridge, washing machine, everything will increase. So now we will study how this consumption will change when India and economy and India's earnings are going to increase it. For example, now currently for every 1,000 people, there are 29 people are own a car. Okay. Air condition, only 10% of the population of India is holding air condition. That means 142 crore is the population. So that means only 10% of the people are using air condition. That means you know that we are talking about global warming due to air condition. It's India is only 1/10 of this population is using air condition. And washing machine, it's a very luxurious product. It's only for high-end people. It's only 18% of the Indian population use washing machines. Similarly, for population, only 55%, or you and me know that there are government after government giving a free TV. With combined all that, it's only 55% of Indian population own a TV. We'll try to compare with a few of the economies, then we'll get a clarity. We'll try to compare with China and US and Thailand. Then we know how India is very low at the consumption level. For a China, for every 1,000 people, they have 226 cars. That means it's 10 times bigger than India. India is 29 cars per 1,000. They are on 226. Okay. And US, 581 people out of 1,000, they own a car. And similarly in Thailand, it's a small country, 173 car is there. They are at least 7 times bigger than India in owning a car. Similarly, air condition, 60%, 100% and 55%. Washing machine in China, 85%. Strangely in China, US is only 90% of the people are using washing machine. 10% of the population doesn't use washing machine. And Thailand, 85% of the population are using washing machines. And TV, it's a very small segment. It's still China 120%, China, US 100% and Thailand is 98%. This is the size is grown. So as the consumption is growing, what should happen? The company which are into the game, their profit should increase. When their profit increase, what happen? You and me, like people are investing in equity market, what should happen? What should happen to our profits? It should also grow. We'll see in the subsequent slides how the NSE have grown over the last 10-20 years of time. You and me know that Saudi is one of the richest country, that because they export oil so much. Okay, how much the total revenue they earn from the export of crude? It's 171 billion. It's 171 billion is too big, isn't it? You should not have any doubt on that. Please understand, India IT export is 191 billion. That means close around more than 10% to 15% of earnings what Saudi earns on oil, India earns only from IT exports. So we have another exports too. In the last, if you look at it, last 15 years to 18 years time, India export of IT has grown from 1.6% currently close to around 4.9%, close to 5% we are growing. That means as our export are getting increased in IT segment, so what will happen? That is also help us to grow substantially. You know that India is also arrival in the space. You know that we have 100 startup space companies in India. It's a very big number. Out of that, 66% have come in the last 2 years time. The 2 years time Indian space market is growing very, very big. And currently we are at 8% of the world economy. If the same rate goes, our level has to increase substantially over the period of time. So then we will see that when the consumption is increasing, where it will going to side effect is going to happen in a manufacturing. India manufacturing should definitely increase. When a lot of people want to consume, what happens? Should the manufacturing industry also should grow substantially. Let's see that one is a consumption, another is export. So India is also started to consume, means they also need to export certain niche product outside of India also to earn foreign exchange. That in turns give a stability to your currency. Okay. So now we look at it in the last 5 years time. India exported electronic manufacturing item to US, 52 billion worth of equipments have been shipped out of India. Currently that is constitute to 78 billion. That means close to around, you look at it, around 40%. It has grown only on export earning itself. In the 5 years time, India has grown by 40%. So that is what happening. It's keep on increasing. So the manufacturing, you will like to look at it, how many times the goods have been exported out of India. In between 82, it started at 9.1 billion. So currently it is 453 billion. You may ask that it could be due to inflation. Due to inflation, there is no denying fact. With due to inflation, the cost of price have gone up. That's substantially offsetted. But another point also you need to know that during the period of 85-2002, our rupee have depreciated substantially against that. Combining all that, still there is a lot of energy have left, a lot of real-time export happening on the manufacturing sector. Currently it is 453 billion. The production of phones have increased. You know that last couple of days, the phones and China's are being the topic in the assembly elections. Now India was between 2014 they were producing around 3 billion phones. Now it is constituted to 44 billion. So much of phones started to go up. So exports of electronics goods, we already saw that IT exports. It's about electronics goods. That's a different segment. This is a different segment. In the last 4-5 years time, from 6 billion, we are now at 23 billion. That means Indian product are being accepted abroad and then export is closely happening. And also, you know that I also before this data, I've gone to the data, I also thinking that mobile phones means we are only importing mobile phones. But surprisingly, this data told me that India export 11 billion worth of phones outside of India. They ship close to around 11 billion worth of phones outside of India. Okay, that clearly shows India is growing. And we know that the manufacturing is growing, means that should be in another area. Space is growing, manufacturing is growing, and the space is also growing along with we are being in the moon. So what is happening? Normally, you know that India spends close to around 77 billion. That may be far lower than US and China, because US spends 10 times of their GDP towards defense. China spends 4 times, and we are at least only at 77 billion. What is their big deal with defense? Now you look at it, India's market share, India consumes 77 billion worth of defense equipments. Now 75% is manufactured in India. That means so much of money is being pumped on back to the working class, to the employment or through other manufacturing contractors, all they're going to earn. So that means that is also going to be great. When you consume 75% of that, whatever it is defense equipment manufactured, 75% comes from indigenous manufacturers, what is going to happen? Also, they also look for export, isn't it? It's not only we manufacture, we consume. We also need to export to earn some forex. Okay. So currently, the $2 billion worth of exports happening in the defense sectors. So the worldwide, the export is happening around. India is really coming as a, we are currently exporting to 80 countries. So they are likely to increase over a period of time. So defense space is also going to support, in turn it's going to support the manufacturing. And when we spoke about manufacturing, we spoke about IT exports, we spoke about electronics equipments. We also look at it healthcare, how the Indian healthcare is growing. Indian healthcare, if you look at it, 40 lakh people every year come to India for medical support. Okay, and the earnings in the last 10 years to this medical people are coming to India. It's around $7.4 billion we earned in terms of money from people are taking a treatment in India. There is a projection in the next 10 years time that is likely to be 43 billion. So that means health sector is going to see exponential growth the next 10 years time. Even me know that they always there is an issue comes in the medical seats. Okay, you know that in India is having a 541 medical seats. It's the world highest medical colleges in the world. 581, 541 is highest. So when the pharma industry is growing, export is going to happen, people are going to come and take a treatment. You need a medical manpower to support all this. So that is happening. Beside that, you know that because a lot of medical candidates is also coming out, they are not getting employable in India. They are also going outside and trying in pursuit of getting a job. So healthcare worker is also getting exported in the large number outside of India. So one side it is the earnings is growing, the people are also going out. That means medical industry by and large likely to grow a big level in the next 10 years time. And if you look at it, the basic formalities, if you look at it, the PAN number versus 24 in 2016, now it is 61 crore PAN numbers are there in India. That clearly shows whether people are spending somewhere, they are forced to take PAN card. Doesn't mean that the 24 into 61, that means so much of population, 200% earnings have increased from the bottom level. That level of earnings have increases substantially. And also look at the income tax filers. In 2015, only 4 crore people of India is there, they are filing income tax returns. Now you know that it is 8 to 9 crore people are filing income tax returns. So this size also has grown in the last 6-7 years of time. And you know that GST also is growing close to around 1.6 or 1.7 lakh crore. The earnings is coming from GST. That's a tax, we are doing it. So this is what happening over a period of time. And this is also really seriously giving lot of inputs. Let's see another 1 or 2 data, probably that will throw a lot of light to you. In the last 10 years, from 2000, we'll look at it. Out of NSE 500 stocks, 54%, that means 260, 270 stocks have grown 10 times. 50% of Indian stocks been listed in NSE and comes under the benchmark of NSE 500. They have grown 10 times the growth is happened. So that much of earnings is happening. And you also look at it, how the market as a whole, market cap as a whole is growing. If you look at it, 1996, the average market caps of a large cap companies, it was around 2,986. In 2023, the average market cap is 2,05,000. You see that how much has happened in the 25 years of time. From 3,000 to 2 lakhs crore. This is the numbers it has grown. And a mid cap it was 189. Today the average is 37,219 crore. And the darling of the market is small cap. Their size were in 1998 was average was 35 crore. Today it is 12,300. You know that today people in the rich part of the country, they are buying a property worth of 50 crore, 100 crore, 200 crore. One person is buying 300 crore worth. That is in 1998. The size of one organization itself around 35 crore. So that means small scale is growing, manufacturing is growing, healthcare is growing, IT export is going up, electronics manufacturing is increasing, export is increasing. With all this, what should happen? The economy should grow in a bigger level. So the market is slow of earning should grow up. So I'm not telling out of next 10-20 years of time how much of the NSE 500 likely to give 10 times, 12 times. I'm not telling. If the economy is growing to grow 10 times, 12 times, 15 times, what will happen? The earnings also should grow. So this is what going to happen. Now we know that there is another interesting data. We all know that recently it has been said. The average SIP, look at it 5 years back, 5-6 years back, 2017, 4,000 crore was the monthly collection toward a systematic investment plan. Today, that stands, by the time we are speaking, it is around, the data have been published around 17,000 crore. People are projecting it that by 2027, this will become 32,000. Every month, 30,000, 32,000 rupees, 30,000 crores is coming to the equity market as by way of regular disciplined investing. And there are lump sum, there are FIs, there are domestic institutions going to come and chase through HNIs. That size is really growing. So the earnings one side is growing, the people are getting into equity market is growing. So that means by and large that a huge increase is going to happen either in equity market as well as economy. When this is happens, I'm just leaving the judgment to you how the earnings should happen in the individual portfolios. So that should definitely give you a confidence to stay invested and starting investing. And if you have anything idea, you need some idea to start an SIP, please call the numbers below that. They will try to help you out on that. This is Suresh Parthasarathy, certified financial planner, founder, mysetconsultation.com. Signing off. If you are a first time viewer to my channel, please subscribe. If you like the video, do share it. If you want any input on the videos, please do drop your comments on the comment section. We'll try to come back with a video based on your lot of people's requirement. We'll come back with some other video. Till then, it is bye from Suresh Parthasarathy.